My name is Erin Young, and I'm the breast cancer nurse navigator for Cookeville Regional Medical Center. And I started almost 5 years ago in this field. I graduated from St. Joseph's College up in Rensselaer, Indiana, and started my nursing career in child psychiatric nursing and moved into addictions for adolescents and then some adult addictions. And then moved into labor and delivery from there and worked in labor and delivery for almost 10 years. I always liked women's health, so then it was a natural progression to move into breast oncology. I think there were a group of ladies in town that went to the board at the hospital and expressed some concern about some gaps we might have in breast health here in this community. The hospital was eager to look for and search for a navigator with their goal in mind being the same as Komen's, and that was to try to bring some more continuity to the breast health care here in this community. And so I was a radiation oncology nurse, just PRN as needed. They used me down there, and heard from a friend that this navigator position was open and applied and interviewed and won. Sure. I mean, I try to enter women's lives after abnormal mammogram when they need a biopsy. Coordinating care and trying to shorten timelines is a real goal of mine. So when you get that abnormal mammogram to diagnosis, whether it's positive or negative, that anxiety seems to be really high in that time period. If we can shorten that down, that helps women in their stress level. After they're diagnosed, educate them about their diagnosis. I can accompany them to physician visits, kind of be their advocate. Educate them about questions to ask, make sure that their family is informed and supportive if they, and offer them as much support as I can, the family support. And just follow them through their whole journey of cancer care. There's two huge parts of breast cancer. One is the surgical option, and the other is the oncology piece, or the systemic option, or the radiation or chemotherapy option. So if we break that down, I think it helps women to break it down into different stages. And then supportive as I can be, or available to them as long as they need me in survivorship as well. It can be a third party that's just an extra set of ears, objective, and can help support family members as well. And helping families support the patient is important to me. I guess in layman's terms, the best thing that you can do to understand breast cancer in the medical field is get early detection, and that's mammograms are offered from age 40 and above, and you should get your annual mammograms and find a good clinical practitioner that's going to do a thorough clinical breast exam and kind of be familiar with the look and feel of your own breast since from age 20 up. If you don't miss those appointments, early detection certainly saves lives, and it's not the cancer that's within the breast that hurts us, it's the cancer that escapes the breast that hurts us. And so that's why don't be afraid to find a cancer, because early cancer fought can be cured. As far as the surgical aspect of breast cancer, women are faced with two different options usually: a lumpectomy, which can just be the removal of the breast cancer with some radiation therapy, and/or mastectomy. You know, years ago we had to have mastectomies, and that seemed to help impact women's survival. But today we found out that we don't need to remove the breast and all the lymph nodes in order to improve survival. So women certainly have options these days to choose different types of surgery. And then not every woman who has breast cancer is going to need chemotherapy. With the introduction of genomics and genetics, we can personalize the treatment plan for breast cancer today and really get on the genetic RNA, DNA level and find out whether or not yours breast cancer personally is aggressive and would respond to chemotherapy, or maybe just hormonal therapy alone, which is just a pill that you would take for 5 years. So there's many different subtypes of breast cancer, and the two main types are ductal breast cancer. The anatomy of the breast is the ducts and lobules, so you can either be ductal or lobular. Either way doesn't play a part in prognosis or how well you'll do. I think that it's just important if you want to try and beat your odds, I guess, with breast cancer, is to detect it early and be informed and take action. I get something out of helping people. I mean, it's clear. I mean, I get filled myself by advocating for people that can't speak up for themselves, being there for people that genuinely need me and feel like I've made a difference. And so that's why I don't mind being on call in the evening or on the weekend, because if I can help somebody in 10 minutes on a Saturday, I get something out of that. That's fulfilling to me. So it's never a burden, or I'm never put off. So it's certainly personally rewarding for me. There's very few jobs, I think, today where you can make a difference in someone's life. And it's not life or death. I'm not making any treatment decisions or any medical decisions for these people. It's making personal connections with people and getting, a lot of times, just instant feedback of how helpful I've been or what I can do for them. And that's rewarding. Yeah, it's not hard to come into work for me. I mean, if I can, again, if I'm making a difference and I can help somebody, that's what I think I'm called to do. Well, I think it's no secret. I mean, and people want to know how they prevent certain types of diseases and how they can beat their odds as far as cancer care or even heart disease or anything. It's the hallmark of healthcare, and that's exercise and eat right and get regular checkups and attend any screening program that you can regarding your colon or your breast or your pap smears or anything like that. All the goal is to try and prevent and or catch things early so they can be treated and cured. And so we know not to bathe in the sun, but we're out there bathing still, and melanoma is 100% preventable. So you just have to try and as we evolve, take more control. If you want to try to take control of your life and yourself and your health, and you eat right, you exercise, you apply sunscreen, you do all the things that everyone should do with or without a cancer diagnosis. I like surgical cure when you talk about breast cancer, and it's not far-fetched to say that you could be surgically cured of this disease if caught early. There's no question, and that's why it's imperative to find the access to the mammograms. And we have a free screening mammogram that's funded by Komen, along with the hospital supplements it with a pink gala that they do to provide free screening mammograms to the women of the Upper Cumberland. It's as easy as calling the imaging center, actually. And so that's 783-2222, and just let them know that you want to sign up for the free screening mammogram. And if you're uninsured or have a really high deductible, you qualify. Well, I think that, mentioned earlier about how it's personally affected me. I've connected with a lot of women in this community, and even nationwide. I've navigated sisters and aunts and mothers from different states, people that know people, just a phone call. So it's personally rewarding in that regard. And, professionally, if I can provide the education and the awareness and the access, and be instrumental in helping build funds in order to support those that can't afford mammograms, then I hope that I'm a tiny speck piece of that Komen mission that I think we all are fighting to support. And it takes an army of us to do so.